Dear grown-ups, let me explain this. Sometimes my day starts fast before I even get out of bed. My head is already full. Ideas, pictures, sounds, questions. I did not ask for them. They are just there. When I eat breakfast, my body wants to move. My legs bounce. My hands touch things. It feels like energy has nowhere to go. When I am told to stop, the feeling does not stop. It just stays inside and gets louder. At school or at home, when someone explains something, I really try to listen. I want to do it right, but my head hears other things too. A sound outside, a thought about later, a picture in my mind. I lose the first thing while trying to hold the others. When people think I'm not paying attention, I feel confused. Because I was trying, I just could not keep it all at once. Sometimes I forget what I was just told, not because it did not matter, but because something else pushed it away. Then I feel bad, because I see the disappointment on faces. When something is interesting, it is different. My whole body gets quiet. I can sit, I can focus, time disappears. That is when I feel good. That is when my head feels safe. I like moving because it helps me think. Walking, rocking, touching things. It makes the noise line up. When I am forced to be still, my thoughts bump into each other. I talk fast sometimes, because my ideas come fast. If I do not say them, they feel like they will disappear. Then people say slow down, and I try, but inside it is still fast. When I get in trouble, my chest feels tight. My head gets louder. I make more mistakes. I want to fix it, but my body is already too full. At home after a long day, I am tired but also jumpy. I want quiet, but my head does not stop. At night my body wants to sleep, but my thoughts keep walking around. I feel things strongly. Happy is very happy. Sad is very sad. Excited is very big. Anger comes fast, then leaves fast. But people remember it. Sometimes I hear, why can you not just try harder? And I want to say, I am trying all the time. I am not bad. I am not lazy. I am not trying to be difficult. My body is just fast. My head is just full. I need help learning how to slow down, not by stopping me, but by guiding me. What helps is when someone stays calm, when rules are clear, when I am allowed to move, when things are explained one at a time, when I am believed. This is what it is like for me, every day.
Dear grown-ups and dear kid, I am a chemical engineer. I work with reactions, mixtures, pressure, heat, and balance. What I hear in this child is not disorder. It is a reaction happening without the right container. In chemistry, nothing is bad by itself. A substance becomes dangerous only when the environment is wrong. Too much heat, too much pressure, no outlet. This nervous system has high reactivity. That means it responds fast and strongly to input. Sound, light, emotion, expectation, change. That is not a flaw. That is sensitivity. Sensitive systems need controlled conditions, not force. If you seal a reactive mixture in a closed vessel, pressure builds, temperature rises. Eventually something ruptures. That is what happens when a child is told to hold it together all day. Sit still. Stay quiet. Do not move. Do not react. The system does not calm. It pressurizes. A good chemical process uses buffers. Buffers slow reactions without stopping them. They absorb excess energy. For this child, buffers are movement, predictable routines, breaks, clear transitions, and calm adults. Another rule in chemistry: reactions need stages. If everything is added at once, the system overheats. This child needs input in steps. One instruction: pause, then the next, not because he is incapable, but because his reaction speed is high. Cooling matters. In chemistry, we remove heat continuously. Not only when something explodes. Cooling for this nervous system is quiet time, dim light, no demands. Before overload happens, medication is like forcing a reaction too slow by adding an inhibitor. It works, but it also blocks useful reactions. Over time, the system forgets how to self-regulate. Because the control is external, engineering prefers process design over chemical suppression. We redesign the reactor. We change flow rates. We add buffers. We allow release. To the child, you are not too reactive. You are highly responsive. To the grown-ups, your job is to design conditions where this reactivity becomes stable, not explosive. When the container is right, the same reaction becomes productive, creative, and powerful. In chemistry, the most valuable reactions are often the most sensitive. They just require respect. Design the environment, and the system will balance itself.
Dear grown-ups and dear kid, I am a physicist. I study systems, energy, motion, and balance. What I hear in this child is not chaos. It is physics. This nervous system carries high energy, fast oscillations, wide bandwidth, rapid state changes. In physics, we do not call this wrong. We call it a high-energy system placed in a low-tolerance environment. Problems do not come from energy. They come from friction mismatch. When a fast system is forced into stillness, pressure builds, noise increases, heat rises. Eventually, something breaks. That is not misbehavior. That is entropy. A better co-living environment does not try to remove energy. It gives energy a path. For the child, you are like a river. When you flow, you are calm. When you are dammed, you become loud and dangerous. You are not too much. You just need space to move. For the grown-ups, you are the riverbanks. Your job is not to stop the water. Your job is to guide it. In physics, systems stabilize when energy can move predictably, not randomly, not explosively. This means clear routines, same wake times, same meal times, same rest times. Predictability lowers internal noise. The system stops scanning for danger. It also means movement built into daily life. Walking while talking, learning with hands, pauses between tasks. Energy must be released regularly, or it will discharge unexpectedly. Sound matters. Constant noise raises baseline arousal. Quiet zones are not luxury. They are regulation tools. Light matters. Harsh lighting overstimulates. Natural light stabilizes circadian rhythm. Space matters. Crowding increases signal collision. Clear physical boundaries calm the system. Emotion matters. Adults are oscillators too. When your frequency is chaotic, the child entrains to it. Calm adults create coherence, not by words, by presence. To the child, you are not broken physics. You are powerful physics. To the grown-ups, you do not need to fix the system. You need to design for it. In physics, the best systems are not rigid. They are adaptive. When environment matches energy, systems cooperate. They do not fight. This is true in particles, in planets, and in families. Design the space, not the child. That is how co-living becomes stable.
Dear grown-ups and dear kid, I am an electrical engineer. I work with circuits, current, voltage, noise, and grounding. What I hear in this child is not malfunction. It is a high-voltage system without enough grounding. Some systems run on low steady current. Others carry fast spikes, rapid switching, and wide bandwidth. Both are valid. Problems happen when you design the circuit for the wrong kind of power. This child has high input current. Signals arrive quickly and from many channels at once. Sound, movement, emotion, thought, sensation, all feeding the system simultaneously. The wiring is not broken. It is sensitive. In electronics, when voltage is high, you must provide grounding paths. Otherwise, noise builds. Signals interfere. The system becomes unstable. Movement is grounding. So is touch, rhythm, breath, and predictable routines. When the child moves, current flows through the body. Excess charge discharges safely. The signal clears. When you force stillness, you remove the ground. Voltage stays trapped. Noise increases. Misfires happen. What adults call distraction is actually signal collision. What adults call impulsivity is current seeking the fastest path to release. Medication acts like a global voltage limiter. It reduces spikes by lowering the entire system. This can reduce visible noise, but it also reduces signal strength, creativity, drive, intuition, and internal learning. In engineering, we avoid that solution when possible. We do not weaken the power source. We redesign the circuit. We add capacitors to smooth spikes. These are routines and rituals. We add resistors to slow flow safely. These are pauses, transitions, and clear instructions. We add grounding wires. These are movement, outdoor play, touch, and rest. Over time, a well-designed circuit self-stabilizes. The system learns its own rhythm. To said child, you are not short-circuiting. You are carrying strong current. To the grown-ups, your role is not to shut the power down. It is to build a circuit that can handle it. Calm adults act as reference voltage. The child synchronizes to that stability. Chaotic adults add interference. The system oscillates harder. In electronics, coherence comes from good design, not fuzz. This nervous system is not faulty. IT is powerful, designed for the power, and the system will run clean. That is how stability is built.
Let me add the biology. When a child uses movement to regulate, this is not habit. It is not preference. It is not willpower. It is nervous system physiology. The human brain develops regulation through motion. Before language, before thinking, before rules, there is movement. In this child, the sensory systems are highly active. The brainstem, thalamus, and sensory cortex are taking in more data per second. Sound, touch, light, body signals, internal imagery. This creates high neural noise, not pathology. The prefrontal cortex, which organizes attention, is still developing. So regulation does not happen by thinking. It happens by the body. Movement activates the cerebellum. The cerebellum is not only for coordination, it is a timing and filtering organ. It smooths neural signals. It synchronizes thought, emotion, and attention. When the child rocks, walks, fidgets, or talks, the cerebellum engages. This lowers chaos and increases coherence. Movement also stimulates the vestibular system. The balance system. This system directly regulates arousal. It tells the brain whether the world is safe or threatening. Without enough vestibular input, the nervous system stays alert, hypervigilant, fast. This is why stillness makes it worse. Removing movement removes regulation. There is also a chemical layer. Movement increases dopamine and norepinephrine naturally. These neurotransmitters organize attention and motivation. Medication mimics this chemically. Movement produces it biologically. The difference matters. When regulation comes from movement, the brain learns timing, self-sensing, recovery. When regulation comes from medication, the signal is external. The learning loop is bypassed. This child is not unable to regulate. He is regulating the only way his system currently knows how. Forcing stillness asks an immature cortex to do a job meant for the body. Over time, with rhythm, predictable routines, safe adults, and allowed movement, the prefrontal cortex catches up. The child internalizes regulation. This is development, not disorder. Suppressing movement delays this learning. Supporting movement accelerates it. The nervous system always chooses survival first. This child chose motion. That choice is intelligent, biological, and adaptive. Our task is not to stop the movement, but to guide it, shape it, and slowly help the child build internal brakes. Biology confirms what the child already told you. Movement is how his nervous system finds calm.
Dear grown-ups, let me bring this together clearly. What you just heard is not misbehavior, not lack of effort, not a character flaw. It is a nervous system with high input and fast processing. A brain that takes in more than average. More sound, more movement, more internal imagery, more emotional data. Filtering happens late, not early. Medicine calls this ADHD or ADHS because the system does not align with classroom expectations. Stillness, single focus, linear instruction, delayed movement. The diagnosis describes what adults see. Movement, interrupting, forgetting, distractibility. But the cause is internal. A wide attention field, fast pattern recognition, high sensory intake, a motor system that regulates the mind. You heard it clearly. This child can focus deeply. When interest is present, the system organizes. That alone tells us this is not a deficit of attention. It is a difference in allocation. The medical model names behavior. It measures output. It does not measure load. Medication can reduce visible symptoms. It can slow movement. It can narrow attention. It can help some children significantly. But medication does not build internal regulation by itself. It does not teach rhythm. It does not teach recovery. It does not teach self-awareness. Skills are learned through structure, through repetition, through co-regulation. What this child is asking for is not control. It is guidance, predictability, movement with permission, short, clear instruction, emotional steadiness, recovery after overload. ADHD is not a moral failure. It is not laziness. It is not defiance. It is a developmental nervous system pattern. The goal is not to stop the child. The goal is to teach the child how to slow safely, how to choose focus, how to recognize overload, how to reset, how to recover. When adults regulate themselves, the child borrows that regulation. When environments adapt, the nervous system stabilizes. When structure matches biology, capacity expands. This child is not broken. This child is early. And when supported correctly, this nervous system becomes creativity, pattern insight, energy, leadership, depth. The task is not fixing. The task is translating. Translating intensity into direction. Translating speed into skill. Translating sensitivity into strength. That is what the child has been trying to say. And that is where change begins. ADHD is not a flaw. It is not laziness, not defiance, not lack of intelligence. It is a nervous system that settles under the right conditions and destabilizes under the wrong ones. When the environment changes, the nervous system changes with it. Structure creates safety. What we are building here is translation between child and adult, between biology and expectation, between intensity and structure. The system was never broken. What was missing was understanding. What was missing was alignment. What was missing was translation. This love, your crystal girl.